Well, welcome back to Bunky's Workshop. So we have something going on here that some of you will be interested in and some will not. So I guess if you're not interested, I guess maybe tune out. If you are, keep watching. But we are coming up on that wonderful season of Christmas. And every year, Matthew and I try to do a different theme outside. And I wanted to do this year was candy cane. You know, do things with all the candy cane decorations and lights are in red and white and stripes and everything. And that's what I was going to do. But when I asked Matthew, you know, out of all the decorating that we've done throughout the years, which one was your favorite? And he said, remember that time you did the vintage, the old-fashioned? I said, yeah. He goes, that was my favorite. Brought back a lot of childhood memories. That's my favorite. I want to do it again. Well, to be honest with you, trying to find those lights and really trying to do a whole house and lawn with the C7 or C8 screw-in light bulbs, very hard to do because you can only string so many strands together before you have to start a whole nother. I think it was 4 strands, 3 or 4 strands that you could tie together, and that's it. And I had extension cords, up the wazoo. I would get it done, but that was a lot to do, but that was his favorite. So I said, you know what? There's these new lights out now that are LED, and I'll just go swap out all the old with the new. And I did. So here they are. This is what they look like. So they look, you can see it's a C7, looks like a regular light bulb, and they can break. Problem is, well, first of all, the good. These are LEDs, and you can string and string and string and string until your heart's content. Love it. But when I finally did the entire house and the yard and the mega tree and everything, and I turned it on, I was disappointed. Now, any of you out there that know what I'm talking about, the old vintage light bulbs, you'll know. I'll plug these in, and you'll see what I'm saying. They look nice, and it was great to use them, but they just didn't have that warm glow, that vintage look. So, you see that? They look kind of normal, right? But it just really wasn't. Kind of see how they kind of look fake in a way? You know what I mean? So, but they look okay. They worked. Until I saw a video here on YouTube with this lady that loves a vintage Christmas, more like a Victorian vintage Christmas, but found this company that makes the vintage lights in C7 and C9s, I believe, in all the great colors, and they looked real, but they're LED, and they are screw-in. See, these are not screw-in. These have little tiny light bulbs, LED bulb, that you have to pull in and out, and let's just say that's not fun. I went on the website as she said, and there they were. So, here we go. So, I was really worried because the price of these compared to the price of these was a difference. So I ordered just enough to put on the tree in the house, and I figured, we'll see how they go. When we got them and plugged them in, we both were like, no way, those look the best. Immediately he says, I want the inside and outside of the house with these lights. Well, here we are. So they come in, here's the box, right? And it says C7 LED Christmas string lights, okay? And on here, you have a slew. You can pause that if you need to see it. But you have all the different kinds like you could do before. Mix and match and colors and whatever you want to do. The clear, the opaque, whatever you want. So, what is this? 3, 6. I have 8. So I bought these just for the tree. So, of course, we were so excited. They come in a styrofoam kit. And I want to go ahead and just take them out. Because these are glass, so you have to be careful. Remember, like the old vintage ones, they were glass, and if you bang them together, they pop. But look at this. Doesn't that look awesome? Just like the originals. Now, can you see the difference to where, like, here's yellow. Let me find the orange one. So here's orange. Do you see the difference? Kind of hard. I can see the difference, but I don't know if you can. But these are, like on the wire itself, is the typical wire you would have on a C7. Oh, my nose itches. And, like I said, these are LED, and they screw in and out. So you can mix and match whatever colors you want. Just like your old vintage ones, you could do all one color, multiple colors, clear, opaque, whatever you want. These, you cannot. You cannot do that. This is what it is. You can't change it to where these, as long as you have the wires, you know, you could do all white, all red, all green, red and white, blue, opaque, whatever you want to do. So, let me plug them in. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to see the difference. That just looks so beautiful. Look at that. Is that not just like the originals? It's perfect. Look at that blue. That's always been my favorite, was the blue. But look at that. Don't they look real? And that is glass, but it has an LED light bulb inside. And I have a couple that aren't screwed in. But see how real that looks? I'll get closer. Now, do you see how real they look? Okay. Now, let me plug in. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. So let me plug in these side by side. Do you see the difference? These are very dim, and they're great. I love them compared to these, okay? These are like the vintage. They're perfect. The colors are vibrant. And I love the vintage light bulb. I'm just sorry. They are my favorite, so I agree with Matthew compared to these. So, unplug this. These do have the fused plug, and they are LED. And the other good thing is, remember the vintage light bulbs, the C7s and C9s, they would get really hot. So, you know, if you had an artificial tree, even a real tree, it was a fire hazard. These are LED. They don't get hot. So you get the look of vintage. You get to change the light bulbs. See, they screw in and out, just like the old light bulbs. So you have the freedom of mixing and matching and changing colors, but you don't have to, you know, buy a whole strand again. So there you go. And they do come with spare bulbs in each box. I think I lost one in here somewhere. So there you go. This is what's going to go on our tree inside. And we're going to do the whole outside of the house in these. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, because I have at least 70-ish strands of the new ones. So I don't know. I might mix and match. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We will work it out as we go. But the lady that I was talking to on YouTube about these lights said you might want to order some extras because it seems like they seem to sell quickly. And I said, okay, so I went online, back to the same company, and look, so I ordered 20 more sets. I can't remember exactly how many it took to do the frame of the house. So I would normally do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows, both garage doors, the front door, the steps. Oh, anyways. And it takes me about a week, you know, working on it a couple hours every day to get it all strung up, I guess. So I'm hoping and praying that I've got enough. And if not, I hope and pray that if I need to order some more, they will have them available. But there you go. So this was on, I found the best price with free shipping on Amazon. Now be careful because there's 2 companies. This is the original company. I wonder if there's a name on here. That would be helpful for you. So this says LED up to 99% more energy efficient, ultra low power usage, cool to touch when lit. But where's the company name? Huh. Why doesn't this say it on here? Anyway, I will try to put the link to it. But like I said, there are 2 companies online on Amazon. And these were $24 or $25.99 each. And there is another company on there that's like $12 or $13 each, free shipping. Please read the reviews. These, great reviews, everybody loved them. The other ones had like a 3.4, and the complaint was some worked, some didn't work, broken light bulbs, all kinds of problems. So I can't give a review on these right now, except from what I'm seeing is the wires look quality, the light bulbs look like quality. And as I work with them for this season, I will let you know, because I normally will start a month ahead of the season to get this done. So I will do a review on these to let you know how they work, how they string along with each other, and if I have any problems. I just opened this, as you saw. This just came in yesterday, so I have not seen any of these. Now, the first set that I purchased, I did go through them, and all of them worked. All of them are perfect. I'm going to assume the same for this, but I will let you know. Here's all it says. It's a ceramic light bulb with LED interior, and you can get the following in a ceramic light bulb: multicolor, pure white, pure red and green, pure red and white, red, green, and white. Then you can do the clear colors, okay? And the clear would be warm white, multicolor, red and green, red and frosted white, red, clear, and frosted white. So, and you can pick, it says you can pick the wire color, green or white. I got green as far as I know. But there on the back, is where it tells you all the possibilities. And you can buy the light bulbs in a huge pack. So just like the vintage light bulbs, you could go to the store, and if you want all one color or you need to change up things. Last year, we wanted something calm and quiet and easygoing. So the mega tree, we did all in white lights with a blue and white star. We outlined the entire house in blue lights, and we put white lights in the windows, and we decorated all the trees and bushes in white. I thought it looked great. Not everybody liked it. They thought, oh, that looks kind of sad, it's blue. Or some people said, well, that kind of looks Jewish. I said, who cares? It's Christmas and it looks beautiful. Oy vey. So there you go. If you have any questions or concerns or ideas about these, please ask. And I will let you know what I know as we use these. And I'm trying to find out on here how long these are. C7 LED Christmas string light set, 25 bulbs. You see, here's what I was talking about. You can connect 28 sets together. In the vintage light bulbs, the original C7s or C9s, you could only do 3 sets, and then you had to start all over again. And that was a big problem, you know, trying to, if you can only do 3 of these, great. Well, then if you have to do, 20, 30, 40, 50, that's a pain. That's a lot of extension cords to run each set. So at least with these, 28 sets. In between each light bulb, the spacing in between is 12 inches. It's 120 volts, 60 hertz. You get 2 spare bulbs, 1 spare fuse, plus instructions. I don't know why you'd need instructions. I mean, everyone knows how to screw in a light bulb, right? Anyway, but there you go. Oh, dropped the light bulb. So here are the ones that are out today. They are LED, but you cannot change out these. They are what they are. Whatever you buy. So let's just say we want it to do green and white. Well, here's the green. And what happens if I want to change these? You can't change the light bulbs. All right, they are what they are. At least with these, once you buy the set, you can change out the light bulbs whenever you want. Sometimes you just like simple. Now these have worked for me. See, we've been here 10 years in this house. So, well, these are 10 years old then. No, 9, because the first year we didn't do any. So these sets are 9 years old. I've never had a problem out of them. They work, they're great. So if you want to use these, you can get these online. I bought all of my sets online, free shipping. I bought most of them during the summer. Well, not summer, in the spring, like when everything went on sale for the holidays. That's when I bought most of these sets. And that's that. So, with that being said, thank you so much for coming along. Again, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask me in the question section below, and we'll go from there. Until then, have a great day. I'll be talking to you soon.